Have you ever understood English perfectly in your head, but when you try to speak it, your brain just freezes, like your palms start sweating. Your mouth goes dry and suddenly you forget every word you know? If yes, you're not alone, and more importantly, you're not broken. What's happening is totally normal. It's not about grammar. It's not about vocabulary. It's about how your brain works. And today, I'm going to show you how to rewire your brain to speak English naturally. This is not motivational fluff. This is based on science, real research, and what we've learned from thousands of English learners just like you. So if you've ever felt stuck, scared, or embarrassed while speaking English, stay with me. I think this video might change how you see yourself. Let's get into it. So here's the deal. Your brain has two systems. This isn't something I made up. It comes from a Nobel Prize-winning psychologist named Daniel Kahneman. He called them System 1 and System 2. System 1 is the fast brain. It's automatic. You use it when you brush your teeth or say your name. No thinking. It just happens. System 2 is the slow brain. It's effortful. You use it when you're solving math or doing something new, or trying to speak English when you're not confident. Sound familiar? Right now, most people are speaking English using System 2, which is why it feels exhausting, why you're translating in your head, why you pause, get stuck, overthink. And when that happens, your body joins the stress party. Your palms sweat, your throat dries, your heart races, your mind blanks out. You're not just speaking English, you're surviving it. This is your brain going into fight or flight, the same response as when you're in danger. Except in this case, the danger is judgment. What if they laugh? What if I mess up? What if I sound stupid? This fear lights up a part of your brain called the amygdala, which makes you feel anxious and blocks access to fluency. And again, this is normal, but it's not permanent. And in the next chapter, I'll show you how to change it. Let's talk about that fear. You know the one. The fear that makes you want to disappear when someone says, "Hey, speak in English." That's called performance anxiety. And it hits especially hard when you feel like people are watching, judging, or waiting for you to mess up. Psychologists call this the spotlight effect. It's when we think everyone's staring at our mistakes, but actually, they're not. Here's a fact that might blow your mind. In a study at Cornell University, researchers found that people overestimate how much others notice them by a lot. You feel like everyone's watching your every word, but they're too busy worrying about themselves. Add to that the pressure of speaking a second language, and boom, your brain's like, "Nope, I'm out." There's another study from the University of Chicago that shows people actually perform worse when speaking in a second language under pressure. Not because they don't know the words, but because their brain is using so much energy just to stay calm. It's like trying to juggle while standing on one leg during an earthquake. So again, you're not bad at English. Your brain is just trying to protect you. The problem is, in trying to protect you, it's also holding you back. And the only way to get out of this loop is to retrain your brain. Which brings us to the next part, and it's my favorite. Let's talk about fluency as a habit, not a talent. Here's something you've probably believed your whole life. Some people are just naturally good at English. Nope, that's not how the brain works. What looks like talent is usually just automaticity. And automaticity is just a fancy word for repetition done right. Think about how you learned your native language. You didn't learn it by reading grammar rules. You heard it, you repeated it, you lived it, and over time, your brain wired itself to speak it automatically. That's System 1. There's a term called neuroplasticity, which means your brain is always changing. With enough practice, your brain can literally rewire itself to treat English the same way it treats your native language. Here's a cool example. London taxi drivers are known for having an insanely good memory of the city's streets. Researchers found that the part of their brain called the hippocampus was physically bigger than average. Why? Because of how much they practiced. Same thing with language. The more you use English, especially in real conversations, the more your brain grows its English muscle. You don't need talent, you need habit. You need input and output. You need practice that feels real. And you don't even have to speak perfectly. You just have to speak consistently. In the next chapter, I'll show you some easy daily exercises you can do, starting today, to help your brain shift English from System 2 to System 1. Activity number 1. Calm your nervous system first. Before you speak, get your brain out of panic mode. Try this. 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Do it 3 times. It slows your heart rate and signals to your brain, hey, we're safe. A pro tip. Label your emotion. Say to yourself, I feel nervous right now. Studies from UCLA show that naming your feelings helps deactivate the amygdala, the fear center of your brain. Moving on to shadowing technique, rewire through mimicry. Find a short English clip, like from a podcast or a scene from a show, and repeat exactly what you hear as soon as you hear it. Try to match the tone, speed, even pauses. It feels weird at first, but this is how actors train too. You're building reflexes, not just vocabulary. Next one, voice journaling. Every day, take 2 to 3 minutes and just talk into your phone about your day in English. Don't aim for perfection. Just get used to hearing your own voice in English without judgment. Over time, you'll notice your thoughts getting clearer, faster, more fluent. Next up, narrate your life, low pressure output. Walk around your house and name everything you see. Okay, I'm picking up the remote. Now I'm turning on the fan. It sounds silly, but this low-stakes repetition builds fluency like nothing else. You're literally teaching your brain, English is normal. And finally, 1-minute challenges. Set a timer for 60 seconds. Pick a random topic. Go. No stopping, no correcting, just flow. Topics can be anything. My favorite movie, what I ate for breakfast, why I hate rainy days. You're not trying to be smart. You're training speed and comfort. And guess what? That's how you move English from System 2 to System 1. But if you really want to speed this up, if you want to build fluency that actually sticks, there's one thing that changes everything, and that's having the right guidance. All right, real talk for a second. You've probably tried watching videos, reading grammar books, maybe even using an app or chatbot to practice English. And yeah, those tools can help. But here's the truth. System 2, the effortful thinking part of your brain, doesn't get rewired alone. It learns best when 3 things are present: repetition, feedback, and social connection. This is hard-coded into us. We've evolved to learn by watching, mimicking, and talking with others. That's why classrooms work. That's why one-on-one coaching is still powerful. Because education is a social activity. You don't learn to speak by just watching. You learn by speaking with someone who responds. Here's the kicker. Studies show that peer learning, like practicing with someone slightly more skilled than you, can be more effective than learning from content alone. This is based on something called the zone of proximal development. And here's another way to look at it. In a world full of gyms, fitness videos, and diet plans, most people still struggle to stay fit. Why? Because real progress doesn't come from just having information. It comes from having a personal trainer, someone to guide you, motivate you, hold you accountable, and push you to show up even on the days you don't feel like it. Fluency works the same way. You can have all the content, apps, and AI tools, but without a teacher, a mentor, or even a practice buddy, your brain stays in safe mode. That's the magic of learning with a human. It's not just about correction. It's about connection, challenge, and showing up together. So now you know why human connection matters. The question is, how do you make it consistent? That's where EngVarta comes in. It's not just a practice app. It's a daily system for rewiring your brain through real conversations with real humans. You just open the app, start a one-on-one call, and speak. about anything at your level with someone who's patient and trained to help. In fact, let me show you exactly what that looks like. Here's a short clip from an actual EngVarta call where one of our users is speaking with an English expert for the very first time.
Okay, good. So tell me, what exactly is the problem that you're facing when it comes to speaking in English?
First problem of mine that I did not get the right words. And second, that I don't have any environment where I can speak English. And my third problem is that when I speak in English with my friends or in my friends, I don't know what.
With my friends or to my friends, you can say when I speak in English to my friends.
When I speak in English to my friends, then they laughing at me and they mocking up at me.
Then they laugh at you and they mock you. Terrible friends you got. I think you need new friends.
That's why I'm not improved my English.
No problem. Okay. So see, Adi, I first of all would like to appreciate the fact that you have pinpointed and organized all your problems. Like, firstly, this is the problem. Secondly, this is the problem. It's a very nice thing. Okay. So now the first step is completed. You have identified the problem. Now comes the solution. So let's say you told me that I don't have an environment to practice English. That was your second problem, right? But the second problem, in fact, is your actual problem. Because of this, all the other small problems are happening. Whether you are unable to say the right words at the right time, whether your friends are laughing at you, all of this is happening because you don't have the right environment for English. And
this kind of regular, real conversation is exactly what your brain needs to shift English into System 1. You're not memorizing, you're experiencing. And the best part? You don't have to wait for the perfect moment. You can start right now with the English you already know. If this video helped you, hit like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and maybe even record your first voice journal today. Let's rewire. Let's speak. Let's do this.